Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tony from Dealer Synergy. I got my main man, Mr. L.A. Dub, Vice
What's
President
happening?
of Dealer Synergy, right here next to me. And I also have the HR and, of course, assists us with the client success, Ms. Naima Moore.
Hello.
And this is episode 2 of Synergy Sessions. So what we're going to be talking about today, this is actually Mr. Williams' idea. Topic of the day is believe what you say on the phones, right?
Okay. Yeah, we can talk about that. 100%. So, I think, and what I hear a lot of times, and y'all can tell me, because y'all listen to a lot of the phone calls, right? Mm-hmm. And so there's all these rebuttals and things like that we teach people. And, what happens is people either say them and don't believe them, or they don't say them because they don't believe them. And so I think that's one of the number one things that's killing their success rate. I mean, it's absolutely just... Because if you're not going to say it, now obviously you can't even test to see if it's going to work. And number two, if you're saying it like maybe, hopefully, possibly it's going to work, it's almost like, I always talk about, that first date when you go out on a date with a girl and then, it gets to the end of the night and it's like, well, maybe I wonder if I can possibly get a kiss. Like, it's not going to work. You see what I'm saying? You got to lean in, look into her eyes and bring her in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to, it's a whole flow to it, right? And so if you don't have any confidence, there's no way that you're going to execute it. And see, here's the thing. It's actually called the confidence competence loop. Confidence competence loop. And so what happens is, because I guess for me, I guess for every person, it might start differently. But for me, I'm confident from the very beginning, right? Even if I'm gonna mess it up, whatever, I don't care. I like loud and wrong, right? So I'm confident. And then because I'm confident and I execute, what happens is I do it better and better. And then the better I do it, the more confident I get. And then the more confident I am, the better I do it. And so that's how it works like that for every single person. But again, some people, they might need to study everything and know exactly how to say it. But no matter what, if you don't take action, it's definitely not going to work. Can you talk about that real quick?
Yeah, I mean, I really just have to echo what you're saying. I mean, it's important to challenge yourself, right? Because how do you expect to get better if you don't screw up?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's really it's straight up and down. You're not going to get better if you don't challenge yourself. And oftentimes what we see is, the coordinator will, oftentimes not rebuttal, or they'll just already start setting it up for the TO. Mm-hmm. When, if you rebuttal, if you try to do, the transition, you might be surprised at what information, the prospect might give to you. You can utilize to schedule the appointment. So it's always about exhausting all efforts. And I remember saying the last episode, leave it all out there, exhaust all your efforts,
yes.
Live with your results. Right?
Yep.
But you have to challenge yourself, otherwise you won't get better.
100%, man, definitely. And I think when you talked about, they set it up way sometimes too quickly for the TO, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just say if we talk about price, right? So there's a system when it comes to quote unquote TOing for price, or how I'm gonna handle price. So number one, the first time that anyone presents to me a price objection or expectation, it really, it does, but it doesn't matter. If the first time they do it, I'm going to attempt a rebuttal. That's phase one all the time. Most people like to skip phase one and go into phase two because phase two gives them a range. And so they feel like, okay, because I said some numbers, I've done something different, I'm special or something like that. When we already know that 96% of people who give a price, who you give a price to, are going to shop it, right? And so you think that you're doing something, but really you're not. It should always be phase two. That's not the first thing that's going to come out of my mouth. Even if they say to me directly, how much is the vehicle? I'm going to respond with words and not numbers the first time, right? Because it's usually not most people's. Only 20% of people are solely price motivated, right? Over 80% of people, there's something else, but because they don't know what else to say, all they can think of is, how much is it? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so, again, because I know that, I'm going to respond with words. Hey, you know what? I totally understand where you're coming from. I'm going to make sure I do everything in my power to get you the absolute best deal. And if I don't, I really don't expect you to purchase a vehicle from me. Fair enough, right? So I'm doing an adjustment to the Toyota TQFM rebuttal, right? So it's simple stuff. But again, what people do is jump to, well, that vehicle's range is anywhere between $25,000 and maybe $29,000, depending on how well you'd like your vehicle equipped. So yeah, they kind of go down that direction. Now, again, that's not bad. It just should be step 2 and not step 1, right? Then you got some people who I teach step 1, 2, and 3, and they'll completely skip step 1 and step 2, and they'll just go into step 3. Well, what type of price are you looking for? As soon as they get scared and they're, what's the price? What type of price are you looking for? That's not the game, right? The game is step 1, give a rebuttal, right? Step 2, you give a range and attempt to transition. And then step 3 is the setup for a quality TO, which is, a series of questions. You'll say, well, Tony, let me ask you, what type of price are you looking for?
Finance.
Finance. Okay, cool. Now, again, most customers don't know the answer to the question. So they'll say something like, 25,000, right? And I'm like, oh no, I apologize. I'm more so asking, are you looking for the finance price, a lease price? What type of price are you looking for? And let's say he responds finance. I go, okay, great, man. That's really helpful. Let me ask you, around where were you looking to have your payments? Maybe about $800, $900 a month? What were you thinking?
Whoa. That's way too much, LA. I'm not trying to pay that much, brother.
Okay. What number were you thinking?
Can we get them down to maybe $300-$400?
$300-$400, right? So I've sticker shocked people with that thought process, and I've also undermined people because I've talked to people, they go, oh, I thought it was be more like $1,200. So obviously it depends on the vehicle, depends on a lot of stuff. And so whatever, if it doesn't matter the number they say, $300-$400, great. I'm write down $400 on my paper, right? And then I'll say, well, tell me, is there a trade involved here?
Yeah. I'm trading in my 09 Pontiac Grand Prix.
09 Pontiac Grand Prix. Awesome, man. How many miles you got on that?
120.
120. Okay, cool. Anything else I should know about it?
No.
And they missed that, right? See how I just said that? I just stop and I go, anything else I should know about it? Right, that's a very deep thing. It taps into, you never have to teach kids to go, ooh, right? You never have to teach them. They just automatically do that, right? And so if you say, anything else I should know about it? It triggers that same key point, right? And they'll just tell you whatever you need to know, right? Or they'll say, no, there's nothing, and great, there's nothing, right? But the whole point is you have to ask those questions. And then you might say, if you're, director, if this is in your program, you say, okay, and how much were you looking to put down?
I can put down around 3.
3. Okay, cool, awesome. So 3,000 down. We're looking at 400 a month. Hey, listen, man. Well, as you know, Tony, different people qualify for different financial programs. If you allow me to place you on a brief 20 or 30-second hold, I can then come back to the line with a lot more accurate pricing information. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Awesome, right? And then I'll go ahead and TO. Right? So that's basically what I need to do if I'm going to execute what I'm supposed to execute. The problem, what we talked about is you're saying, oh, the vehicle's definitely available, but you are scared that they're going to ask you whether it's here, and so you don't say it with conviction, and then people do ask you whether it's here. It's like whatever you are afraid of, that's what you actually call into your life, right? You give a price rebuttal with the expectation that they're not going to like it, and so you give it real weak, right? Or you say something, well, price is the easiest part of my job, but you don't really put any, it's like you give them what's on the paper, but it don't have no heart, no soul to it. Right, and so these are some of the challenges that people face. I don't care, even with the credit thing. Okay, well, we work with over 30 different lenders, and you don't sound believable. You know what I'm saying? Grow up, put some, put some heart into it, put some soul in it, put some personality into the daggum thing. That's why we hired you, right? Otherwise, we could just it could be like press 1, press 2 for whatever your objection is, right? And we could have my recorded voice do it, but it's not going to do the job. No matter how blindfold master I am, it don't matter. Right. So let's talk about, because I know the other question has come up. What can you do when you absolutely cannot TO? Is that a question you guys get?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah. All right, cool. So let's talk about that. And it could be different for different reasons. And if you guys have questions about your specific situation, go ahead and leave a comment, and we'll do a video to address everything. So leave a comment at the bottom of this page. Make sure you like the video too if you like it, right? And share it too. But so what to do when you cannot TO? So how am I going to handle that situation? Well, here it might sound something like this. So act like I'm walking you through the process, and I'm like, different people qualify for different financial programs, Tony. So what we'll do is we'll make sure that when you come in, we'll definitely be able to get you some pricing information. Okay, you got to kind of push back and be like, well, I'm not coming in unless I.
Well, no, I'm not coming in. I need out the door price. I need tags. I need your firstborn. Right. I need everything out there.
I totally understand. And you know what? I totally understand, and I totally agree with you. I would never want you to, walk through our door not knowing, what type of financial responsibilities you'll have. So let's do this. How about I send you an email? Tell me this. Would it be helpful if I were to send you an email having the pricing information that you need? Would that be good for you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I know, sometimes we're on the phone and I might say 50 and you thought I said 60 and so it just, it loses a lot of ambiguity if I'm able to go ahead and send it in an email. So that's what I'll do. I'll shoot you over an email. I'll have all the information that you need. Pause for a second. So now when I really send him this email, it's going to have a video in it where I'm going to explain the pricing, but I don't have to get into those details, but I'm going to unpause real quick. So I'll say something like this. So Tony, once I'm able to send you this email, I'm sending you the price, right? And you like it. When's the best time for you to actually come in and see the vehicle live and in person? Are you available this evening or is tomorrow morning better?
I guess tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow, right. So now he'd set the appointment. Why? But you have to make it clear that I'm going to send you the price, and if you like it, when could you come in? Because most people assume that they're not going to like the price. That's why they say that. They're like, oh, I'm not coming in unless I get a price. Okay, well, how about if I give you a price? You got to remember the oldest, almost old school objection killer. If I could, would you? Mm-hmm. Right? If I could, would you? So if I could send you this price, would you? And you like it, would you come in then? That's basically what the question is. Now, of course, you got to, do some alternate choice. You got to, still operate the way you're supposed to operate. But those are some very simple things that you can do. Again, let's kind of role play it one more time. So if I say, hey, so what I can do, Tony, is I'll send you an email kind of, going over all the pricing things that you'll need. Would that be helpful if I were to do that for you?
Sure.
Okay, great. So that's what I'll do. I'll send you an email and, it'll have the pricing and things like that. So once I send you this price, and you like it, when's the best time for you to come in, this evening or is tomorrow morning better?
Maybe tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning? Okay, cool. And again, is provided that you like the price. Because if you don't like the price, you won't come in, right?
Right. Cool.
Okay, good. That's perfect. That's exactly the way I want it. Now, if we do tomorrow, should we do 9:15 or is 10:45 better?
Let's do 10:45.
Bam, got the appointment. So that's pretty much what I got. So kind of let me get some feedback on what you guys are hearing. So, let me have Naima jump in real quick.
Okay. So it's just, basically first you're
going to go into the rebuttal first, you mean? You're talking about the 3-step process?
Yes, the rebuttal 1st. And then you implement the range,
And attempt to transition. Don't just range, right?
Yes, and attempt to transition, and you just, you set it up. So it's just learning the process and not jumping ahead or taking a shortcut.
Because you have no confidence if you take the shortcut.
Yeah, especially when you think the rebuttal's not going to work. They work if you work them.
Absolutely.
So, you do the word tracks, you set up the rebuttal, and if you got, because sometimes, like we said, it's more likely not about the price. That's like people's fallacy. Well, how much is it? They just say that. Like, even like if you're in the store sometimes, you pick up something, how much is this? It doesn't matter if you need it.
Yeah, right.
So.
You want it. That's good stuff. What can you add to it?
Just, back to what we were saying earlier. I mean, what I'm telling a lot of my clients is, if you have a customer stand you up for price, look, you can get them the price. You have, directors, you have managers that can get you the price. So it's no longer an option. It's not a factor. I wouldn't even be concerned about it. Hey, look here, sir, I can get you the price. I'm not even worried about that. What else is important to you? What's important? What's the most important thing in deciding where you're going to purchase this vehicle?
Yeah.
Because even if I have a price, the guy down the street has another price, that guy down the street is a butthole, they're not going to buy from that gentleman. I don't care where you go. People buy value. They don't buy a price. Price is never an issue. Same thing goes for credit. I had a situation where I was doing a call monitoring yesterday, and the lady her credit was shot. She didn't want to come in to, take care of her credit. She already had her mindset that she was not going to be able to qualify. Of course, our coordinator gave the rebuttal. We worked with over 40 lenders, this, that, and the third. But at that point, look, you should know that you're not going to be able to help this person unless you can get them into the dealership, right? So credit, while it's important, it's no longer a factor, right? There's got to be something else that's important to this person, and we have to figure out what that is in order to get them down to the dealership, speak with the professional, and get you moving along. So you have to ask your question. Hey, so look, outside of credit, what else is important to you? What else is important in deciding where you're going to purchase this vehicle? They're going to give you an answer. Yeah. Implement your rebuttal, move on as such. Okay, have confidence in what you're saying, because at the end of the day, what their objection is truly not the most important thing. Yeah. The most important thing is, yes, it's always a smoke screen.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, even if you have to clarify the question, let's say that every vehicle was $10,000, no matter what it was, So now what? Now what's going to be your thing? That's basically what you're asking them, right? If all the vehicles in the world, Craig, right, was $10,000, what then would be the most important factor for you in deciding where you purchase your next vehicle, right? If it's availability, let's say all the cars was the same, right? Every car is exactly the same, right? What's going to then be the most important factor to you in deciding who you purchase from? You see, that's how you're going to dive deeper and dig into their heart and get the real objection. So hopefully that was helpful. Again, like I said, leave some comments if you guys, have specific questions. And listen, we like to do these roundtable sessions. We kind of just kicking it and, going over some key things, ask them some questions. We'll be going on Facebook Live next week. And so I'll upload that. I'm actually going to go live with a dealer group, having them ask me some questions. So if y'all want to be a part of that, just let us know. We just gonna have some fun, just kind of developing this thing. So y'all with it?
Yeah, guys. Absolutely. And if there's anything you want to know, anything you want us to explain, just leave a comment.
Leave a comment. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.
See ya.